Here I'm gonna activate it. It says only 4 seconds, but you're gonna see this will last much longer than 4 seconds. So the only thing that could screw this over for me is basically if I get slept, and I guess the Ana doesn't have her sleep. So you're gonna see that I am just gonna kind of farm them. You can punch through shield. So right now she's shielding, like she's like I need to heal, but it doesn't matter because I can just punch through shield. And she's just dead. That doesn't happen. Instead, I'm able to just walk forward onto them and kill both supports, which kind of GG, hit the mine, and then clean the Widow. Guys, so I'm finally back on the channel, this time with an Overwatch VOD review of myself playing a tank called Ramattra, the most recently released tank to Overwatch 2. In my opinion, he is an incredibly strong tank that can both brawl and do damage from a bit of a distance. So if you guys have any interest in getting better at tank or just learning Ramattra, I'm going to be giving you a little bit of a lower elo game for myself. This is a game that I played in Master 5 just today, and I'm a little bit rusty because I haven't played in a while, but I think this is a great opportunity to help people out that are in, you know, Diamond, Masters, or even lower or higher than that, but you're going to be learning a lot of tips here. I am a coach for a variety of FPS games, so I've been playing this game for a long time. If you want to learn stuff, just go ahead and watch the video. Let me know what you want to see in Overwatch 2 or in Valorant down below, and you know, if you want to see Valorant content, let me know. But don't hate on me just because I want to make videos for this game. I'm going to go ahead and start. Skip ahead here. And yeah, so Ramattra, he has some great abilities. You're going to see what I kind of could do better in this game, and I'm going to point that out a lot. Because you'll notice I've already kind of watched this video back a little bit. So Ramattra, basically in this form, you have a sort of ranged projectile attack that can do a surprising amount of damage if you can land headshots, but it is projectile, like I said, meaning it has a travel time, so it's not like a soldier where it's going to be really easy to just hit people, but you can build your ult charge quite a lot. So here I'm just kind of spamming, trying to hit anything. I do go toward cart, just try to get a better angle. Hopefully my team doesn't die here. You're going to see I'm just kind of shooting at a Arista here, just try to get a little bit of ult charge. Here I should be shooting at the Ana because she's low. She's low and she's out in the open, just kind of running. She's kind of frontlining for no reason here, so definitely want to prioritize Ana. You're going to notice this throughout the game. Who you prioritize is very important, both as DPS and as tank, and sometimes even as support. So
on one.
Basically, you don't always want to just be shooting at a tank just because it feels good and it's giving you ult charge and you're getting that crit sound, because it's very easy to hit a tank. So a lot of times you want to be singling out people that are squishy, that are low HP, or that are out in the open, or that are carrying, right? You want to target those types of people. So here I'm going to activate my tank ability, which is again the ability that allows me to gain a lot of armor and then be able to just kind of punch people and do a lot of damage. This is what makes you as a Ramattra a brawl sort of character, and kind of just get up in people's face and even do a lot of damage a lot of times. So here would be a great example. Yeah, you want to get back. So this is a pretty good E. We're going to slow the Orisa. Again, a great opportunity for me to do some damage onto her. So here you're going to notice that my soldier dies, so I instantly turn to see, okay, you know, is someone in our backline? Because, you know, someone died back here. Does that mean that's, like, is there a Genji back here, right? And then I immediately look up to the kill feed, and, for example, this is Ashe, but if this said Genji, I'd be like, okay, let's kill Genji, kill Genji behind, or Tracer behind, or whatever. But in this case, it's Ashe, so you're probably going to assume that the Ashe is farther away, right? So, and in this case, you can also see the Ashe is pinged right here. So this is a great example of some awareness. You don't want to just ignore when someone dies on your team. Try to figure out if we can trade them or if it's kind of a lost cause. Here, I'm actually going to try, because their tank just ran back really far, so there's not much to do right there right now. So here, Genji has the same idea as me, but Ashe does get away. And here, I do put up my shield, which is not bad. Not a bad placement of the shield, because you kind of block up the Ashe back there. Here's, yeah, a great example of throwing my E. I could also pop my shift or just keep spamming. Either way, it's not bad. We just want to kind of find an opportunity here. You notice the E does not slow the Orisa whenever she's in Fortify. Something to kind of keep in mind. So here you're going to notice their whole team kind of run to the right except for like 2 people, which is kind of interesting. Something to take note of here. See, I'm always looking for an opportunity. So this is really nice. I'm just going to back track here just a second. You see, she is completely exposed, below half. And if you guys did not know, big pointer here for Ramattra, whenever you activate shift, you know, the punching form, you can punch through shield. So right now she's shielding, like she's like, I need to heal, but it doesn't matter because I can just punch through her shield and she's just dead, basically. And here's a great opportunity. Here's a great example of where the front line is kind of neglecting to support or help out their back line. And this will happen a lot in this rank. You can punish this a lot with this character or with other characters like Orisa, where you can get in and out pretty safely a lot of the time. And I think Ramattra and Orisa overlap in a lot in other ways too. But here you can see just how easy it is to abuse their supports. Unfortunately here I'm not able to kill the Ana just because of her sleeping me. Here you see that their whole team's right here.
Orisa 1.
So here you see I don't actually see the Orisa's health, but since my teammate called that the Orisa's won, I'm gonna try, but then unfortunately she gets naded. So if I knew that a little bit sooner, I might have actually been able to kill her. Here I'm gonna back up because I can tell that I'm getting pressured a little more than I'm not really gonna be able to do much, basically, so I need to back up. So here's a good example of where I could use shield either on the Ashe or on the soldier. This is probably my biggest flaw just playing Ramattra, mainly because I just don't have a lot of experience playing him quite yet, but again, we're learning together. So my main flaw is just not using the shield enough. So you can see I use these abilities, they're on cooldown much more than my shield is. I could be using the shield probably like double or triple as much as I did throughout this whole game. So I should either be shielding up on the Ashe or on the soldier. In this game, there's also 2 hit scan for a lot of the time, meaning there's so many opportunities for me to shield people off. And yeah, so I'd probably shield in front of the soldier because he seems to be more of a threat for my soldier right there. Okay, not bad. Here, I'm starting to punch Orisa. I should not be punching him because I should try to go for the healer. It hasn't died yet. Here, I do go for the Ana because, again, this is perfect. I just ignore the Orisa because I realize, like, yeah, she's going to get pocketed. She's full HP. I'm not going to be able to kill her. Even if, like, a lot of people on my team focus her together, she's probably not going to be able to die with this Ana alive. But this Ana is out in the open, again, alone. You're going to find this happen a lot in, like, Diamond, Plat, Masters, and even GM. You're going to find people that are just kind of alone out in the open, which is both a fault of their own, but also a fault of their team not kind of being with them. Like, the other support should kind of be here with them. And here, you're going to see, unfortunately, she has a nade. I get her down very low, and then my Mercy cleans him up. So here, this is a good example of where to shield. And I do use my shield selfishly, but I should, like I said earlier, use shield to block hit scan, enemy hit scan. But in this case, I shield, and like this is kind of similar to whenever you see a good monkey bubble. So whenever you see like a good monkey bubble, what they'll do is they'll play around the shield. So yeah, I kind of walk in around the shield until I realize that she's ulting, and you can do that to kind of block damage. And here, another tip for Ramattra, you can go like this in his tank form, and it minimizes a lot of Orisa's damage. I think that might have been the shield too, I'm not really sure. But here I'm going to get my ult, and this is like a beautiful opportunity to ult, just because basically what your ult does is you kind of latch onto everyone and start, I think, stealing life from them. But also, as long as you're latched onto one person around you, you're going to slow the duration of the ult down by a lot. So here I'm going to activate it. It says only 4 seconds, but you're going to see this will last much longer than 4 seconds. So the only thing that could screw this over for me is basically if I get slept, and I guess the Ana doesn't have a sleep. So you're gonna see that I'm just gonna kind of farm them. Here you see now after I'm not latched on anyone, this ult runs out much quicker. So try to activate ult basically like whenever someone doesn't have CC on the enemy team, and whenever you know that you can be around multiple people on the enemy team for at least a few seconds. And you know, obviously you want to be able to kill them. Here, we get 3, but unfortunately this Orisa is making a kind of good play, but also kind of troll play. Yeah, so she's going to be pushing it all the way forward, meaning, but if we kill her, it doesn't really matter. It's kind of troll from her either way. It kind of just cancels out. So if she had somehow gotten out there, that could have been good if they regrouped quick enough. But right now, I don't think we're pushing the cart. So yeah, we need to be pushing the cart. Now we're pushing the cart. We could have got this farther up. That's actually something that I should look for, but if you're not pushing the cart as tank, usually you'll have someone like a support in the back line pushing it, because generally as a tank you want to be pushing in front of the bot, but also you can push the bot as a tank in this case, especially whenever you're trying to get it back to the barricade. Here I'm just kind of playing up top, trying to maintain control for our team, but now I want to try to push the cart. I finally do push the cart a little bit.
Yo, this bastard's late.
another great opportunity for me to shield either one of the hit scan up here or bottom right. Either one, really, but I just don't use it, as you can see. So again, this is my biggest weakness. Pretty much any time you guys are playing characters, kind of think, am I using this character's abilities enough? And if you don't think that you are, try to think how you could use them. Because as you've seen so far, there's a couple ways I can use the shield that would be useful. Either blocking hit scan, or the way that I use it to kind of selfishly save myself, which is fine to do. Some of the time, just don't always save your shield for that. And yeah, there's probably other ways to use the shield, right? Here's again kind of a selfish use for me, which is completely fine. And it ensures that I live. And I'm not scared of dying because I know that I have my shift, and if I just block like this after I use it, I know that I'll be fine. Here, I'm gonna be punching Ursa, just trying to put some pressure on her. Really know what else for me to go on. I kind of need to activate my shift, so she's kind of wasting ammo and fortify. Here, shooting the Ursa.
Mercy won.
A bit of a waste, but we are still in the fight, fortunately. Still trying to go for the Mercy. But she seems valid. She doesn't die there, but she does res someone who's kind of far in our backline, so kind of a bad res from their Mercy. So I'm gonna use my E here, slow the Ashe, and she does use her shift out of it, so I could have probably waited for that since I know she just got rezzed. But I can also just run on top of her. My game's with me. We're on him. So again, you can up him, and then I kind of play right around the Rosie, blocking that, and then this guy, funnily enough, knocks me right into the health pack, and he dies as well. So again, can push up a little bit farther. Pretty well played for me. I probably could have got off the Orisa at the beginning of that fight a little sooner.
That fucking tree started fucking me up for a second.
Maybe try to shoot the Mercy a little bit sooner. Maybe we could have killed her a little bit sooner. But we did end up killing her anyway. Now I have ult, so I'm looking to get my ult. So now I have Monkey. Monkey's an okay pick. They're probably doing that for our Genji, but it's not a great pick into me because I have my tank form here. This guy's just kind of standing still. Throw my E. Pretty good E. Monkey does a little damage. If you guys didn't know, your E, basically what it does, you throw, it's like a little radius. The most important thing that it does is that it slows people really heavily. And I think it also makes it so they can't like jump or use abilities. I don't know if they can't use any abilities or if it's just like movement abilities. Again, I'm pretty new to Ramattra, so I don't know like all of the specifics. But basically, use it whenever you want to try to slow people down and stop them from escaping. It's really good whenever someone's like running a straight line back, throwing it kind of in front of them predictively, and just stopping them and just killing them like you saw me do with the Mercy earlier. But it also does a very small amount of damage, which is usually not enough to kill them, but it's enough to be a bit of a nuisance to them and also just kind of get them down low. So here I say, can we kill the Bob? But I very quickly realized that my team's not really shooting him with me, so I just turn around, try to run to the soldier, and then I realize the soldier runs away, so I'm still looking for something to do. I could cancel my shift form here and try to like shoot people, or I could kind of block Bob, which I kind of already am doing, and then I'm like, okay, maybe just go for the soldier because nothing's happening on the bot. So again, my DPS just kind of clear this one. You also do, as you can see, have a bit of, you have to be pretty close range to kind of hit these punches. Not super close, but relatively close. So here you're going to see the last two people on their team that are alive are top here. So I call my team to go on them.
Wait.
Carry one. You also need a bit of tracking for this form of Ramattra. So practice tracking if you want to get better in.
Just kidding, go back.
Here you're gonna see, I don't want to overextend here.
Rush.
A great example of me just not knowing the map. I think there's a door over here, but clearly not. So here I see that two people are down on my team, and I say fall back because what we want to do on this map is just give them a little bit of space, the enemy team a little bit of space, let them push up, fall back, regroup with our team. But I see also that we're getting a res, so then immediately you see me start moving forward again. I'm like, okay, 4v5 is possible, especially if we get a pick. But unfortunately, I think that we lose someone else again because our Genji's just really far forward for some reason. That's exactly what I didn't want to do. All you need to do right now in this scenario is just kind of move up just a little bit and try to make sure you're continuing to push cart. And whenever the enemies start stalling the cart, just try to get a pick, try to, you know, kind of gain tempo of the fight so you can eventually push forward again. Now here's another great example of where I could use my shield. You're going to again see my inexperience of the shield and me not really knowing how to use it. But here I'm trying to place it, but I just can't because you kind of, there's probably a specific way you have to look And here I finally throw, but it's already just too late. At this point, I should just try to kind of do as much damage as I can and die. Basically, my whole team's kind of dead. So now they have control. It's fine. We're winning very hard. 85 meters to 7 meters.
Jump on the widow.
We're gonna lose our forward spawn here, which is fine. But I think we actually all do get it, so that's pretty good. Yeah, forward spawn lost. So here, my team is doing something a little incorrect. They're all going up here. In my opinion, this is incorrect. You guys could challenge this in the comments if you want, but basically, they're all wanting to go up here, probably just because that's right where, next to where we spawn. But the better place to go, in my opinion, is right here, to where the robot's pushing. There's no reason to fight up here. Even if the enemies are up there, just go here, and let's take the fight over here. And then, best case scenario, like the enemy teams are kind of late since they're all up there as well. Maybe not all of them. You hear the soldier ulting? Like, he's just wasting his roll. We don't need to be there. Widow, again, a great example of where I can use my shield, just block him off. Make him have to reposition for at least a couple seconds. Maybe give your team a window to walk up, or even an opportunity to get ahead and get a kill somewhere. Here, I'm just going to stall the cart because I know that I can with my ult, with my shift ability. Here, I play a finger on the Rosie with Ana and kind of troll. Again, here's a great opportunity. I could throw my E onto the Ana and get her stuck. Let me just go back for a sec and just kind of explain. So right here, as I realized she's right here, I could throw the E down there, at, like right here, and just kind of try to kill her. So there's a good chance I could kill her as long as she doesn't sleep me or something. And yeah, so, but again, I can't, I'm only one person, I can't 1v4, so I need my team with me. That's why I think them going up there is a bit of a mistake. They're just kind of forcing a fight somewhere that didn't really need to happen. And I could definitely use probably more comms there and been like, guys, come cart, come cart. I'm gonna ult because I see a good opportunity to go on some squishies. And, you know, if you get latched on these people and they can't, like, blink away as a Tracer, or dash away as a Genji, or fly away as a Mercy, then it's gonna be just really easy kills for you, as long as they don't, you know, as long as they don't have something. Here I can't get the Mercy, so you see very quickly my ult's just gonna run out, but 2 kills for an ult is very, very worth.
Monkey one, monkey one.
So Monkey's gonna ult, and then immediately I'm gonna shift my attention to the Mercy that's flying around, but then I realize, yeah, there we go. So here's a very good use of my E. This is exactly what I was talking about. Whenever someone's trying to escape, you throw your E, and then it's gonna catch them. And it's just gonna, catch them, it's gonna slow them really hard. It should be a free kill for you. So here you notice, I should realize this game that I'm really the main person pushing the bot back, which is fine. You just kind of need to, you know, make sure you're pushing it in a timely manner. Here his shield actually blocks my E.
Widow's back behind. Widow behind.
Shields can block your E, but they don't block your shift punches. So here we get a kill, and so I'm gonna start kind of backing up again. I should be. I see an opportunity to kill the monkey, so I don't back up quite yet. Because again, if they kill one, but we kill one, it's an even fight. We don't have a Mercy though. We have a Mercy too. So there's a Widow. Someone calls that Widow's behind, so we turn around, try to do something, and finally put my shield up, but a little bit too late for my Genji, unfortunately. So definitely, everything that we're seeing so far, again, here we're going to be backing up. Everything we've seen so far, me doing, is that I really need to be using my shield more effectively and more frequently. Not necessarily just spamming every time I get it. Here, I get damage, so I'm actually able to kill it. You do damage, right? If someone's standing still, you can just headshot them with this, even at a far distance. I don't think there's damage drop-off, so you can do a lot of damage, especially with like a damage boost. And you can build your ultra. So I was trying to get out, again, on this type of map, if you can get back as your team is coming back from dying, and like, you know, it's 3v5 in this scenario, try to run back, but in this case, unfortunately, I get slept, so it's kind of just time to die. Do as much damage as you can, try to get your ult up. In this case, this is the best thing you can do. Don't be upset or anything. Yeah, there I could have definitely killed the Lucio, but, you know, it's okay. As Ramattra as a tank, you can definitely be doing a lot of damage. You can see I am almost out damaging everyone in the game, which is going to be the case for pretty much the whole game. It's very easy to out damage everyone, especially whenever DPS players are not as good, which happens, you know, sometimes. So here I decided to go to the left because my team is all to the left side. If my team was closer, I would have gone to the right. I think they want to go up there just for my soldier. Soldier wants to be pocketed by Mercy and take high ground. Completely
This is
fine.
that.
But what I want to do here really is just stall the cart, which again I think I can do. If these guys were better, what they would do is probably instantly all go on me like Ramattra alone, Ramattra alone. But again, what rank are we in? We're in Master 5. Like, this is not a rank where that's probably gonna happen. So I can probably just get away after, especially after a pick from us, just kind of stalling the cart. I threw my E a little bit late, not really a great E.
Where's Widow? What the fuck?
Again, void. The monkey can't do much against me whenever I'm in this form.
Good one, real one.
First on bridge.
So again, I'm just pushing cart. Get the cart as much up as we can. More cart for you means less cart for them. Less distance for them. It could be the difference between winning and losing. Throw my E, throw the shield. They don't need the shield here against a monkey and a Lucio. Alright, so don't always be spamming your shield for just no reason. Here, you're gonna back up a little bit. Yeah, monkey. I counter monkey a little bit, but if it's a nano monkey and I'm purpled, probably want to back up just a little bit. Also, you shouldn't ult here because you're antied. So now here, I'm gonna be looking to ult. This monkey just kind of stands still before he jumps. So funny. This is a good opportunity to ult, but not anymore. So here you see the Widow's kind of staring at me.
Monkey half.
Here, I'm gonna pop this, just kind of play behind. I know that I'm safe for a little bit. Here, I thought I was gonna die, but I backed up just enough. Here's a great opportunity to miss, but I got booped. So this is actually a bit scary because, yeah, so Lucio can counter you whenever you ult. I should have probably waited for him to boop me, but here, I don't know if your life steal also slows people or not. And also, if this monkey was better, again, he's kind of bad, no offense. He could have just knocked me into the corner here and my ult would have been a complete waste, but that doesn't happen. Instead, I'm able to just walk forward onto them and kill both supports, which kind of GG, hit the mine, and then he cleaned the Widow up, standing still, and kind of just forgot to look at me, I guess. So yeah, you can just walk through people, even in Masters, you can go all the way through GM, just kind of doing this with really any tank. But remember, some maps are not going to be great for certain tanks, even Ramattra. So learn to be adaptable. Something like
they're gonna have beat.
If you guys want, I can do other tanks like Diva, Monkey, and kind of give you pointers on those as well. But Ramattra is extremely strong. I really like how he has distance with this form, but also I think he shines most whenever he activates his shift ability up close. Here, Lucio could have definitely died. Can't really hear me in game, unfortunately, but
behind.
Okay.
Someone.
I'm just pushing cart. I'm pushing cart. I just say I'm pushing cart. Like, I feel like this whole game, nobody really like looks at the cart. Like, you've heard me say 3 times already that like, yeah, I'm just prioritizing the cart because how do you win the game again? You push the cart, and then everyone's just fighting like it's deathmatch. So, you know, if I can stand on the cart or the bot and just push it forward uncontested, or just fighting it on it, like, that's what I'm gonna do because again, the farther forward you get, the less likely it is that they're gonna be able to push this all the way back and get farther than you have been. So if I'm just gonna go fight with my team here and not push the cart, it's gonna be a bit farther back. I mean, it's very simple logic, right? Get this as far as you can, as far as they allow you to. Now it's contested. Now it's not pushing it again. The fight's not happening on the cart. Everyone here is just kind of trolling. We get the monkey dead before the beat happens, which is kind of GG's for them, I think, at this point. Unless they do something crazy. Again, I'm still just pushing cart. At this point, it's gonna take a miracle for them to win. Pretty good E. Could have been placed a little bit better. I don't know if you can block sleep with that. Honestly, I don't. You guys can tell me in the comments. But if you could have, I was very close to doing it there. Got him there. So now I get say pulled back, which is fine. Because again, we want to be near the. he always stands still before he jumps. So I always think he's like giving up.
Monkey low, monkey.
I have 5 if you can help me.
Yeah. Whenever you can punch through shield if you lose it. Just punching the shield to win.
GG's.
And here you're gonna see again, I get outdamaged by DPS, which is kind of how, you know, it's kind of acceptable, kind of how it should be all the time. But other than that, I'm outdamaging everyone else. I have more elims than everyone else, and I spent more time on the objective probably than a lot of people in the game, probably than most people, and mitigated a bit of damage. So overall, extremely good game by me, I would say, even though, again, I'm pretty rusty, and this is a semi-low rank game for me, for my average. But hopefully you could learn something from it. And let's go ahead and play the game.
Play of the game.
Alright guys, GG's. Peace.